All right, all right, all right. I'm sorry. I'm late. Yes, I am late. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Mm, uh, my couch over there looking pretty bad, but that's okay. Sister Deborah is just coming. I'm coming with a message, and we're going to play the end game of Deuteronomy 28. This is a part of what has been forsaken, has been ignored, has not been put out there, has not been drilled within uh, uh, the house of Israel. And I like to put this out as the end game. And I think I titled it, Let's Play the End Game of Deuteronomy 28. Let's play the end game of Deuteronomy 28. Okay. Uh, I will say that this is a lovely Sabbath day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. This is a very, very, very powerful message, but it's a message that's going to require you to intervene, okay, and interact, okay. And it is, to me, I look at Deuteronomy 28, the end part, like from verse 16 to the end. I look at that as the end game. And I realize that all this time, there's so much rest right there in Deuteronomy 28, verse 16 to 67. There's so much power rest right in the midst of there. And I noticed no one wants to face it. They're battling all kind of stupidity, pride, boasting, ego, self-centered. That's what you see on this platform. That's what you see, those who wants to be looked at and called entitled leaders, heads, kings, rulers. They don't want to cover the truth of the matter, that which is found in spirit and in truth with the light on. They like to be out here, and like they are really out here worse than the gangbangers. Okay. So, or like, say, for instance, someone's in a prison and they got different gangs just waiting to tear each other up. That's how sick it is on these platforms with those who call themselves the people, those who call themselves kings, leaders, lions, rulers, head. This is what they chose. This is what they chose to show you in such a critical time as this that we are in today. They decided to show you more so. I got ego, my pride, I'm boasting, I'm this, I'm that. Everything it was said in Second Timothy chapter 3, from 1 all the way down to 6, it nailed it to the wall, y'all. And I don't mean to one wall, it nailed it on the four corners. What you see today, Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 all the way down to 6. It nailed it on all four corners. Every wall that exists, it nailed it. Second Timothy chapter 3, starting with 1. It nailed it. That's exactly what you see in this day and time. Revelation is also so fulfilling in what it says. But Second Timothy chapter 3, it nailed it to the wall. I mean, it's no wall you're going to be able to turn to and not see Timothy chapter 2, Timothy chapter 3, Second Timothy chapter 3. That's what you see today. And it's so amazing how people want to get on here and talk about everything else outside of really what's going on. What's really going on? You know why? Because they don't have nothing in them invested in the spirit realm. that says you're going to the next level, bro. You're going to the next level, sis. They don't have anything. So the level that they are on, they're taking you with them, and you're going for the ride. Because the more I look at this here, I'm like, wait a minute, now it seems like I said, so what I'm gonna tell y'all what I realized. Something that was so simple, dead in my eyes, in my natural eyes and in my spiritual eyes, to see it so clear. That when he said he would deal first with the house, he knew exactly what the house is and was. And to those who are his elect, they know too. Because part of that judging the house first is what you see today. Letting the world see it cut up from the floor up worse than it has ever. And they have no wang dang doodle time attacking and destroying each other with this petty eddy word. To me, honestly, I look at it and I say, "What are these? What you say you created as men? You gave these your image. You put." But he also said what he meant, and he meant what he said. In Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15, Satan got his seeds, and I'm going to have mine. So Satan's seeds is what you see and cutting up from the floor. And people are confused because they're taking it to be men of Yah, men of the Most High Yah, men of the chosen, men of the elect, men that's supposed to lead you. And there, here go 2 Timothy chapter 3, breaking it down to the T of what is actually taking place. The only reason why I can salute 2 Timothy in verse 3 is because I have owned this thing. I've owned it. And what I mean, I owned it. I saluted the Most High Yah in his will and in his ways. And if his will and his ways says, Deborah, it's like this, Deborah, I salute that. You see? And I'm going to tell you, only one can bring you to the full knowledge of all of these things that's in these books and in this world today is the Spirit of Yah. He will allow you to see it, behold it, accept it, but on the back end, he's going to pull up with long suffering. He's going to pull up with the spirit of endurance, just so you can be able to still yet walk in the midst of what you saluted me in. See, and that's me as saluting him. I don't care how bad it get and how worse it is. I'm going to salute you because I know that the kingdom knew it today before there was a yesterday on the earth. And in the kingdom, did he know it the way that it would be today? He knew it already. So that's why he's entitled to be saluted, because this is his will. Okay, so I'm going to tackle Deuteronomy 28, and I'm going after the end game, but I'm pulling all the way to the end. I normally would start with the end game, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 16, but I want to join you in on the I'm gonna call this fun, because it's going to be fun, because at the end you're going to understand. Wait a minute. You wait a minute. And that's all I want you to see, the outcome, the light at the end of this tunnel. That's what I want you to see. I've spoke about Deuteronomy 28. I'm tired of even speaking about it, because I know where we at in Yah as far as his timeline. We are not going to take heed to nothing. Nothing he sent down here, nothing he has down here, nothing he's appointed and anointed. We ain't going to take heed to it. That's how far gone people are. They ain't going to take heed to it. Even if he come down and he come down as strictly the light, you still would deny him and kill him and try to get with every heathen and Gentiles to take him out. That's how messed up a people is. There's nothing in them that wants anything that has to do with righteous. You see? So he got to make righteous who he is. That's why he got to do a lot of cleaning up and restoring, because he got to make things back to where it you see it, and then when you look at it, you know that this is he that holds righteous. Because right now, I can't talk. I'm live. I left a message. Okay. But this is going to be a really good thing that Sister Deborah is about to do. Um, I wanted to do it as a gift card, giving a gift card, but I don't want to hear individuals saying, "No, you just keep it. You don't have to," because I've heard that several times. Because that's what I used to do. I used to just do a study, and then we whoever get the right number of messages or get the highest number of messages right, then they get a gift card. You see, but it got to the point where there were those who said, "Don't do that, sister. You don't have to give us nothing," And I kind of said, well, I was just bringing it into a fun thing, and I'm gonna do that today with this message, because I want you to interact. So I'm going to put something out before you, and then I'm gonna let you snap at it. It's like I know how to fish. Okay, so I'm just thinking I'm gonna put a worm on a hook. I'm gonna throw it out to you and let you grip that worm and see if you can come back to on the fishing pole, on the hook. See if you can be wheeled on in, and it won't be so much as me, but within yourself, realizing, wait a minute, I never, ever, ever in my whole life would have thought of it the way she speak it, and she put it out there, and me gripping or grabbing at it, I wouldn't have never thought it's the way that this is the way she's breaking it down and throwing it out to us, and we're gripping and grabbing at it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. The topic again is, let's play the end game of Deuteronomy 28. Now, one thing I want to tell you, if you are in the live chat and you don't have spirit and truth and the light, I advise you to take this time to slide on out of this message, because this is going to be a really fun one, but it's going to be a deep one. It's going to bring light straight into your bosom. That's what it's going to do. It's going to enlighten you in a way that you say, wait a minute now, Deborah, you didn't broke that thing too far down. But see, y'all figured 400 years you would have had it already broken down so that you can feed it to others. Did you all ever do you all understand that if you got 100 million of the house of Israel here, let's just say 100 million, you'd be subject to have uh say 10,000, or maybe a little over 10,000, say 25,000 that believe that they are or know anything about Deuteronomy 28. Have you ever dawned on you, why is it so less? That just shows you a people is so distant from the Most High, and we just want to wheel them in as if they all that and something. And that's how far distance they are from Him, and how they have lived their living and the breath of life in them, how they have taken it and made it about them living this flesh life to the best of their ability, wanting, not caring to know, what is actually going on, how do we get here, and other things that's actually taking place. But I need to say this here first and foremost, because the Spirit said it to me. And He said it to me when I wasn't even thinking. I was just in this little study. He said, Deborah, have it ever dawned on you? Now, this is what He said. Have it ever dawned on you that nobody wants to claim Deuteronomy 28? They want to claim that they are the true Jew. They want to claim that they are the true people. They want to claim that they are the chosen one. They want to claim that they all are the Israel. They want to claim it, but they do not and will not and shall not claim Deuteronomy 28. When He said that to me, I sat there and I said, that is, oh, Father, that is so true. Even people who say that they are Hebrew Israelites, they rather claim everything as the house of Israel, the true Jews, we the people. but they do not and have not claimed Deuteronomy 28. I knew that when he had pressed it upon me for the last 3 years. I knew it. And that's what bothered me a great deal with going after Judith, is what is it? Do you understand what's going on in Deuteronomy 28? To the point where he just told me, it has been some months ago, he told me, you have mastered, in a sense, I have gotten victory out of Deuteronomy 28. You know how? Accepting it for what it says, finding him in it, finding his way, his will, his purpose, his plan in Deuteronomy 28. That's why I know what it's going to be like coming out of the land of your captive and going over to the promised land. You are not going to get nobody on this whole devil platform with YouTube, Facebook, or no one to be able to teach you what it's going to be like in the promised land. Why? Because they can't even get past Deuteronomy 28. And before you can get to the promised land, you got to come through. You got to come through Deuteronomy 28. And if you don't come through Deuteronomy 28, you ain't got nothing to look forward to when you're talking about you going to the promised land. So I sit back and I say, so 400 years had a purpose and a meaning. He said, yeah. Those 400 years, somebody should have known something. That's a lot of years. And where are we at? Past the 400 years, still sitting here, still don't know why we here, why we end up here. The whole purpose, who behind it, who's controlling it, who's going to get us out of where we at. Full denial. Even individuals who said the ships are coming. They got the ships coming for us. It's time to exit. He said they didn't even understand the exodus of yesterday cannot compare to the exodus of today. And what he's saying to me now, if that's what they want to call it, he said, in him, it's not called an exodus. That's man naming it. But in y'all, because when you call it an exodus, Exodus 1 and Exodus 2, you take the power out of his right hand and his stretched out arm. And you give it to the mouth of men and women to dictate it. And that's why people can't see why they're where they're at and how they're going to remain here until they are destroyed. And then, and only then, will we come out of our captives. See, I wish I could just be able just to speak and eliminate men in my conversation, but y'all say, not so. You know they are founded from the beginning of creation to the end of Revelation. So how dare you even think that if you could? But he knows my heart and what I mean. But he wants me to understand. If I take out the word man, it ain't going to make it better for nobody. They still ain't listening. It doesn't matter. It's over. It's finished. We're not in a time where you thinking he's coming down here to play with you. That's what everybody's mindset is at. He said they think this is a candy apple say around about now. And I see that. Why? Because I'm in the flesh down here. Seeing everything he speak to my spirit, I salute it. Why? Because I see it already. I see things in the instructions and direction book. And then when his spirit break it down to me, I'm like, oh, Father, they don't even know. It ain't that they don't know, Deborah. When you stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient, first and foremost, all of those mean you're not a people that follow rules. You're not a people that accept wrong. You're not a people that you can be corrected. He knew that all the time. Let's get into this. And the name of this message is titled, Let's Play the End Game of Deuteronomy 28. And we're going to start with Deuteronomy 28, verse 59. And I'm going to throw it out, and I'm going to just let y'all grab at it. And then as y'all grab at it, I'm going to grab at it too. So we're going to be on this thing, y'all. So it's Deuteronomy 28 and verse 59. And where we're coming, I want to show you all where we are right now resting in. Right now, resting in. It ain't something Sister Deborah trying to teach you all. It's something Deborah see already in the spirit realm. It's somewhere we are at. We are actually here in reality in the spirit realm of the Most High God. And you're going to find that out. Watch this. In Deuteronomy 28 and 59, verse 59, it reads, then Yah will make thy plagues, okay, wonderful, and thy plagues of thy seed. What is he meaning? Plagues of thy seed. It said, Deuteronomy 28, verse 59. Then Yah will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed. What do he mean? Thy seed. Even great plagues, and of long continence, and sore sickness, and all long continence. What does he mean? Contents, continent tense. What does he mean? And what is he talking about when he said plagues of thy seed? Anybody? He's speaking in 59. Then Yah will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues. Woo-wee. First and foremost, let me make it a little easier. Who is he talking to? Who is he saying this to? Anybody? Who is he saying this to? Then Yah will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of thy contents, and sore sickness, and long contents, seeds, seeds. What does he mean? Nis. Well, whatever. But what is this plagues? What plagues is he speaking of? And why is he saying thy seed? Even great plagues. Now, my thing is this, and I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the weak men that teach on this devil platform are coming to this conclusion that Deuteronomy 28 is not true. And what I'm going to go over is going to show you that if Deuteronomy 28 is not speaking of Israel, then he was never speaking to Abraham regarding his seed. Because Deuteronomy bounces off of Genesis chapter 15 when he was speaking to Abraham in the dream and also in the vision. For the first time, Abraham went into the vision and the dream. He was speaking to him then. Okay. Verse 59, the plagues of thy seed. That's letting you don't know it's going down the bloodline. Our children, and our children, and our children. What is? The plagues. Now, what are these plagues that he's speaking of? Why is he saying plagues? He's going to make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long contents, and sore sickness and long continency, continuity. I think that's what it's saying. Why? What is being said in verse 59 about plagues and our season? Yeah, you speaking of it, you are exactly right. But Egypt, what you did is you rewrote it. You retyped what it says. But where you said Egypt, is it speaking of Egypt, or is it speaking of us coming out of the promised land? Hmm? After we profane the the name, we profane the Father's holy name, we disrespect him, we did everything against Yah. So we was on the promised land. Okay. He was giving us an insight of what is actually going to take place within these 400 years. Okay. Here in the land of our captives. So it's not so much as the children that came out of Egypt he's dealing with. He's dealing with our ancestors and their ancestors and their ancestors. When we come over here, these are the plagues. They're similar to the plagues of Egypt when the Israel was in Egypt, but he's pouring out greater plagues on Israel than it was poured out on Egypt. You see? And this is where I say that it's a sad day. It's a sad day. He's saying it to us. Exactly. That is exactly who he's saying it to. And that's why I say it's a sad thing to where we really don't get what he said. Because you know what? The ones that should be teaching is the one who's trying to be leader, ruler, king, the lion, and head over their household. They so busy fulfilling the prophecy, not the prophecy that, yeah, in a sense, what was said in 2 Timothy chapter 3. They're so busy feeling that to where they don't even see what is consistent, what is actually happening and going to continue to happen to be fulfilled while we're here in the promised land. That's why I say a lot of us going to see a lot of things. And a lot of us are not going to even live to see when we take those out to go to the promised land. A lot of them ain't going to see it. So he is talking to us, a disobedient children, the children that's disobedient. The one that, see, what he's saying is you're already in your land of your captives. Okay. So he's going to allow, let me say this. The writer is actually saying, then Yah will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues. See, you're going to hear how great these plagues are going to be. They're going to be beyond the plagues that he put on Egypt. Now, what our so-called administrative position, priest, bishop, I ain't going to say priests, apostles, prophets, evangelists, teachers, pastors, Maureen, seers, and all these others, this is what they should be feeding you today. This is the sort of spiritual food they should be feeding you so you can get a full grip of what the Spirit of the Most High Yah has planned for us. But they don't want to tell you about none of this. They don't want to tell you about nothing that's going to cause you to look at them and say, wait a minute, bro, you've been lying all this time. They rather be on here talking about he say, she say, adultery, fornication, how many wives we can marry. what the Bible say about how many wives we can marry. And they all just attaching to each other. And I'm like saying, Father, I see the chaos, but where is it coming? He said, my judgment. See, I never would have thought that this would be a part of his judgment, that Israel be eating each other and destroying each other to the point where the whole world is going to see the ugliness in a form in which Israel have never seen in themselves. The whole world is going to see it. That's why they're going to hate you more than they hate you now. Oh, yes, it's a hate that they have, but it's going to be one greater than that because it's been prophesied. You see, and it's something we're adding on to it. Believe it or not, because this hate that they have now is a hate to treat us this way because of the curse itself. But this hate that they're going to have on us to where they're going to be killing us by great numbers. And it's going to be a hate that where the whole world is going to hate us. What are we going to do to make the whole world hate us? You see, what you all fail to see is what your men are doing today, what your women are doing today. You don't see none of it. Are they doing it? Sure, they doing it. Sure, they doing it. Are they doing more of it? Sure, they doing more of it. But are they prophesying that you're going to be hated by the whole nation? Or they prophesied that you shall be hated by all nations? Or they prophesied that in the end days, all nations shall hate thee. Come on now. That it's not prophesied. It prophesied that Israel is going to be hated, especially Judah. And right now, Judah is all out on the ground hating each other, destroying each other, from in the world to so-called in the church. They in their church. They are not the church, you guys. They are not the church. But that's what they think they are. Okay? So here are the plagues. I want you to see, as you said, it's talking to the disobedient children. Something that, I'm going to say something. You owning that. 99.9 won't. That's what the man on the podcast said when I broke it down to him. And he said he learned something. That was a part of it. Explaining to him why Deuteronomy 28, I saluted. And then he jumped on, well, wait a minute. So you go for all those 600. Now, he said you couldn't go to no other verse. You couldn't go to no other chapter and no other anything out of Deuteronomy 28. But he took himself out of Deuteronomy 28. And I'm like saying to myself, now, you said we're going to stay within Deuteronomy 28. Why are you way down here to the 600 commandments? You said we're going to stick with Deuteronomy 28. Why are you down there at the 600 commandments? I tell you what's going on with the 6. And then when I told him, he said, oh, wow, I learned something new. Yes. But you said we was going to stick with Deuteronomy 28, but he didn't stick with what he said. That's how the men are. They don't want to stick to righteous. They don't want to stick to just. They don't want to stick to upright. They want to talk about everything that's going to make them feel that they upright, and they're the righteous. They don't care if what no one else is saying. Now, listen to this. Right here, I asked that question. He's talking to us. And 99.9 on the earth will not accept that. Want me to tell you who won't accept that? The one that says over there now in Israel, they ain't gonna accept that. Not what we just said. Oh no, he ain't talking to us. You see? It's like everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody claiming to be the people, but no one wants to accept Deuteronomy 28. No one, y'all. None of them. The so-called Hebrew Israelite movement in the last 25 to 30 years, they reject Deuteronomy 28. Because if once you accept it for what it's saying, and you can feel that thing, you can feel what Yah did and why he did it and how he did it and how the outcome, then you begin to see, wait a minute now, Father, is that why they doing it? Yes, you have the answer to everything. Every time you ask something, you have the answer. because you already accepted the fact that this is what it says, and they are walking directly the way that it says. So why is it that the melanated Jew look at Deuteronomy to be them, but the ones that's over in Israel, they ain't coming this way. See, they don't want to accept the New Testament, and this is Torah. This is Deuteronomy 28. They ain't going to accept Deuteronomy 28 either. Because if Deuteronomy 28 is for the house of Israel, the real house of Israel stand up, then therefore they'll see that they too shall be destroyed. But they ain't gonna take this. They will not teach, preach, nor minister anything about Deuteronomy 28 among their children, their elders, their women's, their men, their priests, or whatever they want to call themselves. The rabbi won't go nowhere near Deuteronomy 28. You see how everybody's running from it? Everybody, even the house of Israel. The tribe of Judah is the main one. Be running from Deuteronomy 28. Only they want to go in it and only take out 2 or 3 pieces, which is words. And then they take off running. But let's get into that. Let me go there. Now you see in 59, it's speaking of all these plagues and how wonderful and how great these plagues going to be. And Judah, along with Israel, they ain't thinking about this. He ain't talking to us. He ain't talking to me. He can talk all he wants, but he ain't talking to me. That's where the Israel that's scattered, that's their mindset. And the one that's over in Israel, they ain't going there. So what's the difference from those that are melanated and those that are the fake? Nothing. Nothing. They don't have nothing righteous. Matter of fact, they're against it all. They're totally against it all. Deuteronomy 28 is a chapter, chapter that can weigh heavy on the fake ones. But you don't hear no brothers, no sisters, nobody covering Deuteronomy 28. Only way they would cover it if they're able to just go in and take out the ships, the yoke around your neck, and oppress and bondage. Outside of that, they stand down. After that, they get away from it. But let's go there. We're going to play the end game. Let's go. So we did 59. And even though I spoke of all the plagues, I'm going to tell you, already 99.9, they bypass it. They ain't thinking about these plagues. He ain't talking to us. But yet you say you the people. You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. Now, only one thing makes sense. If you deny this whole book and say there's nothing in it is speaking about the house of Israel at all, just deny the whole book. Because that's your best bet. Because when you deny Deuteronomy 28, you actually denying the whole book, whether you know it or not. Because you're either going to make it a lie or you're going to make it the truth. You got to make it one or the other. And what I mean by the lie, it is a study guide that you come in it and you studied in it. And this is where the Ruach come in and teach you what you're studying. You see? But see, when you deny it, then it's no need in anything teaching you anything. Because you deny it. So why should his spirit come teach you or come in you to teach you all things and guide and show you? Why? For what? Okay, now watch this here. We're going to go on down. One thing y'all missed was when he said in 59, thy seed. He's not talking about Roman, Europeans, heathens, Gentiles. He's telling Israel, your seed is going to suffer these plagues. Why ain't our men telling these men this? Why ain't these men telling their young men? Why ain't these men talking about this? Let's go to verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the disease of Egypt, which thou was afraid. What do he mean? Which thou were afraid. What did he mean by that? What do you mean you was afraid? He's going to bring upon thee all these diseases that was on Egypt. When was those diseases on Egypt? Remember when Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh, and each time he didn't let him go, a plague was put on him. When he said there's going to be diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of. Why? Because Israel was afraid of what they saw Yah do to Egypt as far as the plagues. So he's getting us a lowdown of how our ancestors feared the fact that the plagues that was put on Egypt, they feared it. They was afraid. So he's letting them know. So you was afraid back then, but your seed today. Let them know. I'm coming for them with it. The same plagues and some. Why is all this happening to the so-called house of Israel? The judgment. They still reject the judgment and don't think he's going to do anything. He's rumbling. He's rumbling. Now watch this here. In verse 60, it says, the disease of Egypt. Those are the things that was going on over in Egypt when he put those plagues on Pharaoh and his people. Who got to see that? Who didn't get it? Who didn't have the plagues put on them? But it says in 60, they were afraid. So when the plagues were poured out on Egypt, who escaped the plagues? Anybody in the live chat? Who escaped the plagues? Who escaped the plagues? Who escaped the plagues of Egypt? And it says here, all the disease of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, thou shalt cleave unto thee. Who escaped the disease and plagues of Egypt? Who escaped them? Our ancestor, which is who? The Israelites. We escaped them. But in spite of us escaped it, it says that we was afraid. Meaning that means we saw. We saw what the right hand of the Father did to Egypt. With our very own eyes, did our ancestors see the plagues put on Egypt? And it says here in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 60, which thy world it's got was it, but it's were afraid of. So it's telling us who we are today. We are the people that did not receive the plagues when they were poured out on Egypt, but we were afraid because they saw the right hand of the Father pouring out these plagues upon Egypt, but they were afraid. So who are they talking about? Our ancestors, who is Israel. You see, just letting us know that he's speaking to a people still right here and now. He's still speaking to that same people. We are the seed. We are the children. Oh, yes, he said we'll worship. We worship. Yes, that's what he said. Good, very good. You see what you just said here? That's what he said in verse 59. Very good. That's very good. See, you just pulled 59 up. That's what he was meaning. What he said in 59. Worse than what back in Egypt, what they have experienced. 59 and 60 explain that to us. But see, this is where people are still running from, and it's called light. Let's pull up. Let's keep pulling up. So while we're in 60, it's also said, and it shall cleave unto thee, meaning cleave unto thee. So what we don't understand, there's a lot of things that's attacking our bodies as a people. And we can say it's this. We can say it's what they put in the food, is what they put in the water, and what they did to us, what they forced us to eat it. We can say whatever we want. But when Deuteronomy 28 and verse 60 pull up, it says, and they shall cleave to thee. What? The disease of Egypt. He's going to bring these disease that Egypt had poured out on them. And he's not just talking about he's in verse 59, he spoke of the plagues, okay, and how wonderful and how great the plagues is going to be poured out, and it's going to be sore sickness, you see. So what we're doing is we're living right now the best life that we think we have, which we don't have it. We're doing our best living a lie. You see, because we're thinking we have escaped this here, because we haven't taught it, we haven't preached it, we haven't informed the people, we haven't said anything. This is why you can't get people to say, oh, I repent. Oh, Father, I'm sorry I did you wrong. Sorry for what we did. Forgive us. Forgive our forefathers. This is the reason why. Because they don't want to tackle Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 will make every man and woman that call themselves the Hebrew Israelites, to call themselves the tribe of Judah. It will cause them to shut their page and start this thing up in righteous. And they ain't going to do that. They ain't going to do it for you, and they ain't going to do it for the Most High Yah. That's why they got to continue taking you down the rabbit hole of no understanding, of no light, because that's the only way they feel they can get their subscribers and lights. So in 60, we learned that the disease of Egypt is going to come upon us, you see, and how we were, our ancestors back then, when they saw the disease and the plagues, they were afraid. Our ancestors, when they came up on the Egypt, they were afraid. That's what we learned in verse 60. And then it tells you that when it hit, it's going to cleave to you. That means it ain't coming off. It ain't going to be erased. It ain't going to be healed. You ain't going to be delivered. It's going to cleave to you. A lot of y'all don't understand diabetes, high blood pressure, all these things. And we're thinking that, oh, okay, it's something we did eat and what they taught us, what they gave us, and what somebody done to us to cause us to be having all these issues. No, it's not. It had to cleave to us. We ain't going to escape it. Okay, now watch this here. As we get to 61, it says, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. See, we're thinking that we're all that and some. We're the true Jews. We're the children. We're the people. We're the We're the this. We're the that. We're the this. And guess what? Let me read who we are. Who this is saying this to. Deuteronomy 28 and 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yah bring upon them until thou be destroyed. Why ain't they preaching and teaching that? Because to really break this thing down, it'll cause your spirit to repent. Because then, right, and they go until we die. That's exactly what it's saying. Wait till you hear it. You ain't seen nothing yet. He's gonna lay it so flat. You're gonna wonder, well, why ain't these men that saying they king, leader, and ruler? They're the lion, they the ruler, and they the king, and they all this and that. Why ain't none of them preaching it? Why ain't none of them teaching it? They're not going to. Because it's light. It is light. They do not want to go nowhere near light. Okay? Even if they proclaim that Deuteronomy 28 is us. They only want you to know enough to know that they brought us here on the slave ship. and they had us in bondage. Just so you can only see that somebody did something to us and not see the right hand of the Father orchestrating this whole thing. Because this here is not saying that the white people, the heathens, the Gentiles is doing this. He said he is doing this. And I'm like saying, but Father, they don't get that. He said, that's on them. I've been telling them that all this time. This is me. They keep saying, no, it's he. No, it's me. Oh, no, it's he. It's them. See, every time he says him, they say it's them. So it's like you can't get to a stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient people. He said they are people who don't follow order. They don't follow rules. Okay, so verse 61, he's telling you until they be destroyed. Okay, now I'm going to go into okay, now you see here where it says not written in the book of this law. Not written in the book of this law. In 61, it says it's not written in the book of this law. So the let's go to 61. The sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yah bring upon until thou be destroyed. So while we're running around here thinking the only way he can come is the way that we understand it, he's letting you know, just because you know I put plagues and diseases on Pharaoh, I'm coming up out of that realm. I'm bringing other things on y'all that's not even in the study guide that you are reading. So try to come up out of that. Why ain't nobody telling us as the people or the house of Israel? We so busy saying we the true one, or they say we the people, or they say, well, making videos after video. Oh, this white lady said we the people, or this white man said we the people, or this white man said we the true Jews, or this white woman said we the true Jews. Wait a minute, hold up. When they finish saying that, what does that mean to you? To know that you are. Go take your tail to Deuteronomy 28, swim in that. They ain't gonna go there. They ain't gonna go nowhere near it. Because while you sitting here waiting for the heathens and Gentiles and white people telling you that you are the true people, listen to what this says. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Ahijah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. How about that? How about that? Why ain't you trying to make a video on that? Why ain't you trying to cover that story? They ain't gonna do it. Okay, so now I'm going to go into 6, and it says, upon thee until thou be destroyed. What the Father is saying, y'all ain't getting out of nothing. So y'all can run around here and teach each other all you want, soothe each other, pleasure each other to believe all this trash. When it all said and done, I'm putting stuff that's not even in your study guide. I'm going to put up on y'all butt. So when we get to, now I'm going to let you do it. And I'm going to let you do it. 62. In chapter 62, it says, and ye shall be left few in numbers, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for a multitude, because thou wouldst not obey the voice of Yah. Now, don't that sound like Israel? Come on now, let's go. What does it? Do you see where in 62 where it says, you shall be, listen to what do you think he said when he said, and ye shall be left few in numbers? Ye shall be left few in numbers. Anybody in the live chat, what do you think he's saying in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 62? And ye shall be left few in numbers. What did that mean? Anybody? What do Deuteronomy 28 verse 62 mean when it says, and ye shall be left few in numbers, whereas ye were as the stars of the heavens for a multitude? There you go. See that? You nailed it. A remnant. See that? See, that remnant is also found in Deuteronomy 28. You see what I'm saying? They won't connect it. He keeps saying in the new, a small remnant, A small remnant. And then you pull over in what they call Torah, the old, it's telling you right here in Deuteronomy 28. Very good. Only the remnant will be left. You see that? You see that? And it's going to be left out of the what? We that is in captivity is where the small remnant is coming out of. So that's showing you everybody ain't going. That's why they won't teach it. And they want to claim we the people. We the true Jews. We the one. We the this. We the this. And they so excited because every heathens and Gentiles and Europeans say that they are the people. Oh, they get so excited. They make a video. Tell everybody they said we the people. Not even understanding, baby. They knew you was the people as much as you knew you was the people. It's just where your state of mind has been. You can tell it's been on a cuckoo clock. Because if you read Deuteronomy 28, and this here pumping out for the last 30 years, everybody been talking about the Hebrew Israelites. And you mean to tell me you still within them 30 years ain't figured it out or ain't read it, ain't studied it, ain't been shown it, can't see it, won't believe it? Come on. And you just got just that one, just out of, what was that? 62. Deuteronomy 28 is 62. You already know it. Only the remnant. That is exactly what it said. And that is what it says in the in the New Testament. Same thing, a small remnant coming up out. So what are these people talking about? All of Israel gonna be saved. Come on. It ain't making no sense. See, that small remnant in the New Testament is bouncing off of him saying it here in the Old, in the Torah, one of the books of the Torah. Only it says 62. And ye shall be left few in numbers, whereas ye were the stars of the heavens for the multitude. Because, listen to why is he saying this? Listen to what he said. Because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yah. Now, what is in that sentence that describes us? Read that. Anybody, give me the answer. What is in that one sentence? Because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yah. What? One word is in that. One word. One word tells you he's talking to us as a people. Because back in the old, even not we are in the old, but back in Numbers and even Abraham back in that, even in Genesis, it disobedient. You see that? So you know that he's speaking of us, disobedient. That's what it is. You see, he said, would not obey the voice of Yah. That's us, disobedient. Oh, disobedient mean not obey. That's what it means. See, he's talking to us. Why have we escaped all this? Because they don't want you, your own nation, your own tribe, which is Judah. They are busy fulfilling Deuteronomy 28. Now, they so busy fulfilling 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1, chapter 1 of Romans. Chapter 1 of Romans, it nails it the same way, y'all. Go there and read it. And it's speaking to the same males as it's speaking to in 2 Timothy chapter 3, the males. You see, here, I like this here in verse 26. In verse 62 of Deuteronomy. The reason why it's sending many statements. We can't deny that it's not us. He always called us that. Did you know I did not know that? I thought they was just saying that's in the new, or that's for us today. I never knew until I started hearing it back in Genesis. And then, wait a minute, I'm saying, well, Leviticus and Number. Wait a minute, they saying disobedient people? Stiff-necked Moses? I'm like, that's what Moses was saying. They are stiff-necked people. Y'all, we've been called this since the beginning of time. Why ain't we owning that thing? So that we can rise above it. See what I'm saying? Nobody wants to teach and preach it because they don't want you to rise above it. They want you to stay in the rabbit hole with them and go as far as they can take you. You see? So in 62, it's talking about heavens for a multitude because thou hast not obeyed the voice of Yah. Now, what I see in 62, he speaks of the small remnant. But when he go into the stars of the heaven, that's 62. You see where it says in 62, whereas ye were the stars of the heaven. You know what that's at? That's actually in Genesis 15 and verse 5. When Abraham was in the vision, he told him to count the stars because that's how his seed is going to be. You see? So he's talking to us. So this man was saying that, oh, is it a possibility that Deuteronomy is talking about all people? No. No, see, that's why I said to y'all, and he's been in the Hebrew Israelite since 2006. What you mean, all people? What you mean? Now you switching it to all people when you was hanging on, it was us. You see how they trying to come out of it? The same way the fake ones is trying to claim that they are. You see, but they don't want nothing to come up or come out that separate them from being it. So they're not going to claim Deuteronomy. They're not going to take a Bible and teach it to their people. The one in Israel. Oh, no, they ain't going to take and teach this Bible to them. They're going to take out what they want, make their own books, and hand it to their people. And Deuteronomy 28 will be one. Because if some of them come up on Deuteronomy 28, they'll tell you, well, wait a minute. These things that he's saying that's going to happen, why aren't they happening to us? You see? The people over there. Y'all don't get it. But I sit back and I watch and I say, Father, wait a minute. Their reaction to claiming that they are is identical, y'all. Identical to the way we say that we are, but we act just like they do. You see? You see what I'm saying? The thing I was saying to y'all was everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. You see what I'm saying? Everybody want to say they're the people, but no one wants to walk in righteous. No one wants to walk with the light. No one wants to walk in spirit and truth. You see, no one wants to give him the glory and the honor and the praise. That's why he's going to allow everything to be destroyed. And when he allow us to be destroyed, that's when he's going to pull his out and take them where he can get the glory, not you. See, the glory, that's where the problem is on this earth, you guys. And it's not going to be solved on the earth because he got everything prophesied. It's not going to be solved here, but it's going to be solved. Do y'all understand how y'all going to get everything solved? With what man never knew. The same way, you're going to get yourself in trouble. The same way he created in the beginning, in Genesis 1, starting with Genesis 1 and verse 3 all the way down. The same way he created all that is the same way he's going to throw down with the same right hand in the end. And with that power is where he going to gain his glory. It's no way he going to gain his glory through his words. He already gave us that. He is the word. He already gave us instructions and directions so we can read and study. But he is the word. He ain't gonna gain his glory through his word. Why? His word been here too long. He is the word. He been on this earth too long. Yeshua came with the word. He is the word. But do your people pay attention to Sister Deborah now? She's preaching the word, the spirit and truth. Been on this earth all this time. So what? Wait a minute. Hold up, Father. How you gonna get all this glory you looking for? With that power. He got to throw down, y'all. Just to get his glory established as it was in heaven. He got to bring that same power that created everything. That same power that man has denied since the beginning of time. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, 27, 28. That was that power throwing up since Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, all the way down. And when he got to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, he ushered in the power by identifying his power to us that was helping him with everything he created. But then he told the power, now let us make man in our image. That same power is going to gain him his glory at the end. He's sitting here telling us how he going to talk to this mountain. into the land as if they live it, and they're going to be, when he finished, it's going to be like real life. His word going to speak, and his power going to bring that things forth. And that's how we going to come up with it already established through his power. Then we come up, we go into the land. And at that moment, he began to use the power to clean us up. That power says that I'm going to give them a new heart of the flesh. I said, oh my God. Do y'all know what the heart of the flesh means? That means, you know, that heart you really got in your flesh. He's going to give everybody that comes to the promised land a new one. Y'all didn't know they did you. And he's going to give you a heart of the spirit too. He told you that, Ezekiel 36. He spoke of two hearts, one for the spirit, one for the flesh. How is he going to do all that? With that power. So that same power that poured up in Genesis, that created everything, and he identified that power when he said, let us. It's that same power going to restore Mount Zion. And then we're going to come after it's restored. His word going to speak, that power going to bring it forth, and we're going to pull up, and that power going to restore us. But where are we at now? They ain't taught y'all none of that, and they ain't going to. Okay, so here we go. We learned in 62, Deuteronomy 28 and 62. We learned that we know now that for sure he talking to us as a people, Israel. Okay, so when you get to 63, it reads, but you know what, in 62 it says, because they would it not obey the voice of Yah. So we ain't never, we still yet didn't obey it. That's how we are today, y'all. Y'all can go around here and think y'all all there in it. Y'all waking and we got this and we this. We know who we are. We got you don't know nothing because you still reject everything that he has come down to even show you, to reveal to you. They don't even want to even read to see the basic and then tarry for the Ruach. They don't want the Ruach nowhere around them. That's why they ain't got the basic right. That's why they can't teach this thing or break it down to you, because they ain't got it right. Only way you're going to get it right is through the Ruach. And that's why they don't have it right. But they don't want it right, because they still just want to give you a few words out of Deuteronomy 28 and have you running like a fool. Oh, we the people, we the this, we the that. Well, yeah, what about you, the disobedient one? We just read that. He putting diseases on you. He's going to destroy you. Why ain't you claiming that? Yeah, right. Claim that. How about that? You ain't going to do it. So in verse 63, Deuteronomy 28 and 63, and it shall come to pass that Yah rejoice over you to do you good. Just as he rejoiced over you to do you good, this is what it says. And to multiply you, okay, watch this here. So shall Yah will rejoice over you to destroy you and bring you to naught. To bring you to naught. That means to nothing. Okay? To bring you to endless cease. Okay? He's going to rejoice that he's fulfilling what he said he's going to do. That's what he said. I said, they don't listen to those that I've sent. They don't listen to me from the heavens, from the kingdom. They don't go abide by nothing. They don't have me in them to give them the fullness, to teach them all things. And they want to abide by the flesh of these men and women teaching them. Okay. Hold up a little while longer. 63 says, Yah will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. Nah mean to nothing, to cease, gone, endless. Okay? And ye shall be plucked from off the land, whether thou goest to possess. No matter where you at. Your end. He's showing you what was going on, that when you left the promised land, how everybody was running all over the place, trying to find a place of refuge and stay here and go here and go here. He's letting you know right then and there that he shall bring you to nah, to nothing. Cease. You endless. Okay. Verse 64. And Yah shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth, even unto another, and thou shalt serve other gods. You see that word says shall serve other gods. He said you might. He said you shall serve other gods. Other gods. Now watch this here. So they should serve other gods. Let me get back to my when he says, thou shalt scatter thee among all people, that's on the four corners, you guys. He's going to scatter. That's why people still hooping and hollering. Oh, we got them over here. We got them over there. Y'all, these our people over here. These our people over here. See how foolish they are? Y'all don't get it. I know y'all don't get it because see how foolish they are? They so busy pinpointing where our people are at. But where's Yah in you? And you and him? Why ain't we telling the truth of the whole matter so these people can salute this situation and repent? Oh, because you are not going to repent. You're not going to salute Deuteronomy 28 because he's only taking a small remnant out of it. So he wants you to continue to follow the mouth of these men, these leaders, these kings, these rulers, these lions into a den, because that's the only way you're going to go. Okay, so he said in 64, and Yah shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth unto another. That's all over the place. I heard somebody saying something about these are our people. This is our people over in Mexico. This is our people over in China. This is our people over in Russia. They're always trying to. So what? What do you do about it? You ain't doing nothing here. Where you know your people is at. What are you doing to even influence them to do the righteous things, the just things, to walk upright with Yah? See, everybody want to go to heaven. Nobody want to die. Everybody want to claim we the people, we the Jews, but yet nobody want to walk in anything that make you supposed to be something so special, so anointed, so appointed, so this. That shows you how naive they are. Now, here in 64, it says, we be scattered around unto every other. No, we people, one end of the earth, even until the other. That's how. Do y'all see that? So when y'all hear people on here telling y'all about our people's over here, we got some over here. So what? What are you doing about where you at? They are so hooked on wanting to boast and boost and put themselves as Hebrew Israelites on the pedestal as the true Jews and the true Israelites. But what are you representing when you do that? What's the big idea you over in Mexico and Russia's with where the house of Israel or the tribe of Judah is at? And Deuteronomy 28 told you that. What does it say? 64, and Yah shall scatter thee among all people. Who put you there? Who scattered you all over the earth? The earth. Who scattered you? How about that? Teach that. Why ain't they teaching that? See, they won't teach that, will it? You won't see them getting on here teaching what the Most High scattered us over here all over. Now, see, this is what they should be doing. He scattered us from one end of the earth all the way to the other. The Most High did it. All because of what we done. So we'll know that this is all in the making of the right hand of the Father. Oh, no. They bothering us. They took us on shift and they had part in it and they had part in it. They took our identity. Didn't Jacob take Esau identity? Come on now, talk to me. See, y'all don't know how y'all gonna rumble this thing. Because see, they don't. And here it is. It says, from one end of the earth to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy father have known. Now, you see here, Now, when he's saying, and it's being said that we're going to serve other gods, where does it say that we're supposed to come to the land and where we scatter and teach them about our God? How are we going to come to a land that we were cursed to and try to tell them his name ain't this, his name is not Jesus, his name is not this, his name ain't this, his name ain't that? See how foolish we are as a people. And if you don't see a cuckoo clock in that, I don't know what you can say. That's what you call a cuckoo clock. Now listen, do you know how many times it is written of this? Listen to this. Listen to this, y'all. This is sad. Watch this here. In verse 64, and Yah shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth to the other. So that's showing y'all they need to stop going here, saying, this, see, we got people here. Look where our people's at. You see how stupid they are? You ain't saying, what is taught us? Ain't nothing new under the sun. He already told you that. Way back in the beginning, he told you he's going to scatter you all over to the one end to the other. So why are we making it something new? Because we got people in Mexico. We got people in Russia. We got people in China. We got people in Japan. See how they expound on all the wrong things? Because that's how cuckoo clock they are. They are short. Okay? So listen to what it says. It says from one end of the earth to the other. And there shall, and they, and there thou shalt serve other gods. Now, if he's saying the curse is required that you're going to end up serving other gods. Other gods. That's why 92% of Judah serves other gods. Because it has been said. Not because somebody doing something to us. Oh, they took our books. They took the books out. They took the lost books out. This book is about us. And this book is about, well, if this book is about you, what is you missing in here in Deuteronomy 28? End game. What are you missing? He said you were going to serve other gods. Did he say you are to come over here and control their God in the way they serve their God? Or did he say you're going to serve their God? You see how out of order we have become? Those that don't serve their God in any shape, form, or fashion are the spiritual seeds. That small remnant that who ain't perfect, but we just ain't got it all the way right. He got it right in us. That's why he knows he's going to collect his remnant. Okay, so here it says that in 64, it says, and serve other gods, which never thy nor thy father knew. So this is something different. We're going to be brought over here, and the part of the curse is we're going to end up serving other gods. So why is Judah beating people across the head about the Bible? Period. About anything. Why? When this here said that we're going to serve other gods. So this is the reason, this answer a question with me. Seems like I give it 8% because I use million, but if you had 100, 80, oh, not even 82, 92% is serving other gods. But they just doing what the curse said. You see what I'm saying? They're walking exactly what the curse said. Why is it the greater number? Because the word is truth. It is truth. What he say, he means what he mean, he say. He's going to back it up and back it down. So in here, it's telling you that they're going to serve other gods. So we ain't done nothing wrong because we serving other gods. Did y'all know that? This is the curse itself that's putting us over here and that we were going to serve other gods. It wasn't because we chose to serve other gods. Do y'all get what I'm saying? That's not what he's saying. He's saying that this is a part of the curse. That's why I say I salute the curse. I don't have time to bash you because you a Christian and you in a Christian church. I don't have time for that because I see what he's saying. I salute what he said. He said that we were going to have we was going to be cursed and that we're going to serve other gods. You see? So therefore, he ain't said that we was going to come over here and tell them they got the wrong God and they got to serve our God. And that's what we work so hard trying to do without even knowing our God. You get what I'm saying? We don't even know the Most High God, but yet we trying to convince them who he is. How you going to do that when you don't even know? You see? He said you shall receive power. Where is your power to know? But yet you out here telling the world that they supposed to follow the God that you have come to know or understand after 45 years, 405 years. You see? And then what did he say? He said that they're going to serve other gods, which thou nor thy father knew. But listen to this. This is what's powerful to me. He said, not only are they going to serve other gods, he said, even wood and stone. Do y'all know what he mean by wood and stone? Anybody in the live chat? Wood and stone. How are we serving wood and stone? How are we serving wood and stone, y'all? Do y'all know? Wood and stone. You know how they got Christ on a stone and he's hanging there, and then some of them got him on wood and he's hanging there? We take that literally as a God. When they see these crosses and these stones where Christ is hanging on, I give you another one even better. You see how people are making earrings that says Yah out of wood, necklace that says Yah out of wood. That's the same worship, y'all. He's saying here, and they shall, what he said, they shall serve other gods, which neither thy nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. See, they don't, jewelry, exactly. But the type of jewelry, see, the jewelry have to give a person this idea of a God. You get what I'm saying? So the jewelry has to have like a cross, you know what I'm saying? Or stone of a cross, or something with earrings that's got his name on it, you know what I'm saying? Ornament. Yeah, exactly. But it has to represent a God. All jewelry don't represent a God. It has to represent a God. You see, you're going to serve other gods and wood and stone. Because a lot of our brothers right today, they are selling it by great numbers. They got wooden necklace with Yah, call themselves saying, putting his name on it. And they got all these things in Hebrew wrote on it as an idol God. That's an idol God. They so gone, they can't grip that. They can't put one and two together. You see? This is what he said they would do, and this is what they're doing. They're doing it. I see the women make the earrings and put a name there, letting people, the name is represent a God. And y'all say, you don't worship me with wood and stone. But what they do, tattoos, there you go. Some of them put them, you are so right. Some put tattoos. These are idol gods. You see, they're doing it. You know what I'm trying. You know what? One of the most demonic thing I think that's happening is how everybody got tattoos and they cover their whole body. Covering their whole body with tattoos, males and females. It just all, to me, I think that that's a lot of demonic wickedness to do that. Okay, so in verse 64, he's telling us that, is that 64 we on? Yeah. That we're going to serve other gods. Now, if he's saying that this is the part of the curse, does that mean we get over here and try to force them to learn our God? You know, why? Somebody in the live chat tell me why we should not or even think to feel or desire them to know the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why? When we tell you what you're doing, you're going up against the word of Yah, who placed the curse on us. He said one way, you flipping it, trying to flip it the opposite. And that's another problem we have. We keep flipping everything that's in Deuteronomy. Say you're gonna suffer this. We think we are way out of Deuteronomy 28 if we can make Deuteronomy 28 a lie. And that's what most of them have worked on for so long, to the point where they're not in Deuteronomy 28 no more. They don't go nowhere near it because they feel they have risen above it, but yet they still got their stupid tails here in captivity, and too ignorant to realize, not to realize it, to high-minded and pride and boasting and uplifted to grip the fact that you ain't going nowhere, bro, sis. You ain't going nowhere. So even when he says wood and stone, a lot of y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that. That's a part of worshiping idols, an idol god. And that's what he's told them. When he first said to them, they're going to serve other gods, and they turned around and said, even wood and stone. And they too ignorant to guess that. They won't even let you even speak on the fact that they making jewelry. Wood. Jewelry out of stones, putting a name on it, said it worship Yah, or it is of Yah. We shouldn't be putting him on nothing on our body. Our flesh, decking our flesh, said it worship him. But then tell people don't put makeup on or don't put earrings, but you got all these, you got all these jewelry with a name you said is a god. You don't understand. You worshiping idol gods yourself, because that's what the men do, and the women too. They got these necklaces and these beads. They got this big old thing saying Yah on it, and the Most High, and all this whole stuff. Even words in Hebrew saying it represents the Creator. So you're dealing in the idol God, just as he said. See, that's why I told y'all, it is not, we're not going to escape it, but he will teach us these words by his spirit, so we won't go around thinking we escaping it, because everybody else is portraying that it's about something else. Instead of them teaching their tribe the truth, they taught them lies, and they are content. Yeah, they sell them by great, all on YouTube. Yes. And saying it, why are they selling them? Why do you think they're selling them? Anybody in the live chat? Why would people make those things and sell them? Why are they doing that? They're turning these wood and stone to an idol god. And the people see nothing wrong with it. But they'll tell you that you can't wear earrings. But yet it's okay for them to wear the idol jewelry that's idling gods. It's fine with them. Just because you put YAH on a piece of wood and put it around your neck, that's an idol god. Because you put them in your earring, that's you idling. That is not of Yah. He said, don't worship him with wood and stone. And that's in the old and the new, telling you, don't come up on him with wood and stone. How is you going to put him that low? He ain't no wood and stone. He's the spirit. So why are we putting him that low? Because we low like that. And in the name of $1, we out here selling that mess, thinking we getting somewhere. Because I'm gonna tell you, that dollar override anything. People will use that dollar to override anything. They don't care as long as they're making something. Yes, it is grace, because it's like taking you to and that's what grace is for. It's for you to be upheld. It's not saying, it ain't saying that we're going to change Deuteronomy 28, or we're gonna make a difference in Deuteronomy 20. But grace, the grace that's there to uphold us in it, to let us understand that it is what he said it is, but grace is going to hold us up while we understanding it, but we going to keep it going. You see? And the thing about it, I think that the hard part, the bad part is how they have taught it. And I have an issue with that, how these men have taught. You know how they got all these game systems? To me, Deuteronomy 28, verse 16 all the way to 68, to me, that is like a game system. You get on there and you read it, and you be going all over the place. And once you can master each verse after verse 16, always to 68, you win that thing. Because when it all summed down, it's only one victory. And once how you know you won it is when you understand now it's time to go to the promised land. That's it. That's when you know you done beat the system. You done beat the system. Because now you know that, okay, these are the things that we have gone through. Some went through this one and some went through others, and a lot of suffering and but we didn't gone through everything he said that was going to happen as far as Deuteronomy 28. But when his spirit, which is the word, come and lay that thing out, that's the only way you're going to see the light in it. And to me, it leads me to understand they still today see no light. And then it says here in 65, it says, and among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. And that's a lot of people, y'all. I have every place I worked around people, elderly people, and they be retiring at 70 years old. And y'all, they can barely walk and they be still working. I'll be like, oh my, whoo, boy, that's a sad sight to see, to be around that type of environment where these people are just still working, just trying to make it, you see, and still working at it. And in verse 65, it said, among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest, but Yah shall give thee a trembling heart and the failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Now, when y'all sit and hear me talking, y'all might think that this lady is speaking negative. This lady is crazy. This lady is harsh. She's against men. She's never getting anything positive. Let me tell you something. Listen to this verse right here. Just listen to it. It ain't me. It's you who has not owned spirit and truth. Okay? That's the problem. Now watch this here. Verse Deuteronomy 28 and verse 65. And among these nations shall thou find no ease. The curse consists of us not having the ease as we are now today portrayed. You know how we getting the ease today? Through wicked and evil. That's what we're covering up the ease with. You see? Wicked and evil. Okay, now watch this here. And it says, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. That's me all over again. That's me seeing like it's like it's not enough time in the day. I'm always busy doing. Okay, but this says, but Yah shall give thee there a trembling heart. That's me. That's me. A trembling heart. That's me. That's me. And failing of eyes. That's me. That's me. Why? Because I can see this thing. See, these are the things you see. You can embrace these because this is you. You see these things. This is a part of saluting the fact that it is what he said it is. Because you see these things, and why you gonna just say, okay, no, I don't believe this stuff is happening. I don't believe this. And that's what our people have done, y'all. They have denied Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, it'll break you just to make you. Many people don't know that. But that's the truth of the whole matter. It'll break you just to make you. It'll break you down to build you up. That's what Deuteronomy 28 do. Now listen to what it says. And these shall have there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and a sorrow of mind. Sister Deborah, I own that thing. That's me all over again. That's me. That's me all over again. 65 speaking to me. And I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. And I think because he has taught me from the wilderness and he has allowed me to see it for really what it is, to where I can't come to y'all and say, oh no, he's speaking of them people. Them people did this to y'all. Y'all, they did this to us. And y'all notice, Sister Deborah don't focus on everything someone else is constantly doing to us, because I know at any time when somebody's actually doing something to you, when you have accepted this is the curse of the Most High Yah, the Most High Yah get them off of you. Oh no, baby, he'll show up and show out. Oh yes, he will. When he knows you already salute who he is, what he said, what he has given us, his word that rests within him. When you salute all that, you can call on him any time of the day. See, y'all didn't know that. So when we looking at saluting Deuteronomy 28, or saluting all this stuff that's happening, you only said, I get you, Father. I understand. I'm with you on this. I accept it. Let your will be done. That's all that's saying when you salute. And when things start happening, you look at it, you go back. Okay, when this is what you said too. Bam, I salute you. Get into some trouble in any of this. He'll pull your tail out. Quick. Why? Because you'd already owned what he said. See, that's what people didn't understand. He said, you knock and the door is not going to open. No, he said it open. He said, you seek and you shall what? Find. Not find, but find. He said, you ask and it shall be what? Given. Not that you won't be given. He's trying to let you know. If you seek it, I'm going to deal with you on it. If you ask, I'm going to deal with you on it. You see? If you knock, I'm going to open that door. I'm going to respond. Okay? So here he says in 66. In 65, many of you all wouldn't pay any attention to it. No ease. I mean, I ain't easing up on y'all tails. He said, and shall give thee a trembling heart. There go the trembling heart. A failing eyes. Failing eyes. There it go in 65. Sorrow of mind. These are the things that he said he's going to suffer to be upon a people. I'm not going to sit here and deny it and say he's talking to the tribe of Judah and the house of Israel. I'm in that. I'm not going to sit and try to give people something different than what he said, because I want you to believe that they bothering us. They the wrong one. They took our identity. Didn't your forefathers take Esau identity? See, y'all don't understand how y'all is rumbling this thing, because y'all don't know him. So here in verse 67, he says, in the morning thou shalt say, would Yah, it was evening. Now, I wish that y'all could really understand that, because that has been my life. That has been my life. In the morning thou say, would Yah, it was evening. And at evening thou shalt say, would Yah, it was morning. Because in the evening, I look at it in the midnight hour, I'll be hoping that it's morning. And in the morning hour, I will be hoping that it's evening. I don't know why. I've been doing that for years, y'all, since I was a little girl. So when I read that, I said, wow, this is me. I found me in this. And that's what y'all want us to do. Find ourselves in this. And that's how you salute it, is when you can find these things that he said in Deuteronomy 28 and have applied to you and your family. Then you can salute it and you can keep it going on. And it just takes you to a brighter light. A brighter light is a brighter understanding of what is spirit and truth, and not try to chase and run from it. Now listen to this. And then it says, for fear of thy heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. Do anybody understand what that is telling you? What is that saying? I'm going to read it again. You know, this bird, this is the second one, went up in the attic, got caught up in there, got in between the walls and fell down. And it's a horrible feeling to know that he's stuck all the way down in the walls and he can't get out. That's a horrible feeling to know that, and to hear him trying so hard, so bad to get out. Only way he can get out if I bust all the walls out. So what would y'all think I should do? It's a bird. But what should I do? Should I go in here and bust all the walls out to let the bird out? Come on. Somebody tell me what would you do? But let's go back to this here. It says in verse 67, for the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. What is it saying to you all? What is that saying? So you really think that it's supposed to be the opposite of this in this day and time? You see? You know how, okay, let's say that we are here, he's coming to get us in a minute. He's coming, Yah is we're about to be taken out of captivity from the four corners by the Most High Yah. What is this here saying? I'll read it again because I want y'all to tell me what is it saying. Verse 67, it says, for the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. What is that verse saying to you? And that's the end of it. That's the end of it, of the curse, as wanting you to know the whole walkthrough of it. But what is it saying when it says, for the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and with the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see? Why would he end Deuteronomy 28 with such horror of experiencing? And what is he saying? Let me see if anybody is saying. And there you go. Thank you. I like how you broke that down. We're gonna be living in shock and can't be rescued. Exactly. See, I told y'all, people, I don't know where these people are getting off thinking that it's time to prosper. We're gonna get reparation. Baby, you see the evil that's in your heart and your eyes. You see the level of demonic and wicked and Satanism that you and your people and you teaching and you preaching on these devil platforms. You see, you are not speaking any spirit and truth and any light to the people so they may find their way to the narrow gate. But yet you thinking that it's about to get better. It's about to get good. He never told us that, y'all. Deuteronomy 28 end game is that until we are destroyed. And in the midst of being destroyed, this is where our mindset and our hearts and our feelings are going to be. Exactly what you said. You are so right. We're going to be living in shock. And do you know he said that 4 times in Deuteronomy 28, telling us that. But we have made the picture totally the opposite. In a way, but when you receive it and you salute, well, this is what he meant, then you can go to the light, the bright light. Others can, because they still stuck on stupid, on what they want to make it believe, their understanding. You see, we did not create this. You didn't just come up with shock. You didn't create that yourself. When you said we can't be rescued, exactly. Why? Because we got to go through this. And what does this says? Fear of thy heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. What part of that you don't understand? What part of that tells you that it's time for you to prosper and have this and that, and you all that, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get this? That's why I said unto you, I've said several times on this platform in the last 3 years, it's a better to have a peace of mind in a form where you can have a group of people and we can be on one accord, we can commune, we can connect to one another. Why? Because we understand where we're at. People who don't understand where we at, what we are going through, what we are experiencing, because they're not. See, when you have a table, you have to have him in the center. I don't care if you have 12 people around this table. The 12 people have to have a made up mind that at all times we come to this table, he's going to be in the center and we're going to make him known. You see, we as a people, that he's saying that our hearts are going to fear in our sight of what our eyes going to see. What do you mean, Father? What we going to see? What you mean? What we going to see? I told y'all. And I'm telling y'all over and over, I really wanted to teach this like a game. And I seemed like the questions I put out, it seems like it was harder for me to really pull that out without me just telling it the way the Father has given it to me. So it was really supposed to be like a game, you know. But I got stuck right here. The trembling in 65, when he was talking about the trembling heart, the failing eyes, the sorrow of mind. And then he turned around in 67 and then turned around and says, for the fear of thy heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and at the sight of thy eyes thou shalt see. You know what Sister Deborah do? That's why Sister Deborah be telling y'all everything she telling y'all. She's telling y'all what she see. And y'all can vouch in the last, say 3 months ago, that's all I kept telling y'all. Oh, I see it. Y'all, I see. Ooh, I see these things. I see it. Y'all, I can see this. I don't know why y'all can't see it. I can see this. This is what I'm talking about. He's not going to allow me to escape this thing and say that everything is a lie. To say that this is not us, and to say that Deuteronomy 28 is not true, we would have to not just get Deuteronomy 28 totally out. We should not even study in this study guide at all. At all. Because we're not going to escape the things that the Ruach comes to teach us that we will have to go through. And I kept saying and been saying, I see this, y'all. I feel this thing. I feel what? What he said. I feel it. So I can't deny it. Like 99.9 can get on here and they can teach you and say, oh, it's this. Oh, he's just talking about they did it, they did it, and they gonna get in trouble for what they did. And they gonna be slave to us, all that stuff. Baby, can't nobody be the slave that they have you've been to them on the land of your captive. I mean, on the land of holy. They so ignorant. They don't see that they're gonna serve us. They're gonna be our slave. Baby. That's why you need the Ruach, so he can get you to understand Mount Zion gonna be strictly holy, to the point where he said he gonna be in the midst. That means he's gonna be right there at all times. To the point where Satan gonna be chained down, it's gonna be holy. And people going to be looking from a distance, from the look of it, they going to know that it is holy. So what you think you're going to be bringing them into slave time, they going to be kissing, they going to be kissing your feet, and you misunderstanding it. That's why we need the Ruach to lead us. I accepted the fact that what I understand in the Deuteronomy 28 is what the spirit of the Ruach taught me. Not so much as what it's saying, just saying, but what he taught me that shall come to pass. And how he did it, he said, don't you feel it? Have you experienced that? Don't you think like that? And I'm like, yeah. Well, see, you feeling that thing, ain't you? You see that thing, yep. So I know it's not something that's just being said. It is something that's reality. And just because 99.9 won't go through it, won't accept it, won't embrace it, won't own it, that's on them. That shows you that your whole nation is so messed up. They would rather teach you a lie than to break the truth down to you. And it's too late. Only thing they have left is to teach you truth. And if they fail to do you that, they don't mean you no good. Just like earlier when we were reading, it was telling you that and ye shall be left few in numbers. What you mean? That's telling you about the small remnant. But you would never see them detaching. Deuteronomy 28, what verse is that? 60, verse 62 to the small remnant. You won't see people connecting it. You won't see them showing you and directing you so you can really get the fullness. Oh no, they ain't. Because they don't want to take you back to Deuteronomy 28. These people will not. I've seen 3 organizations, flash groups. One is IUC or whatever his name is. 3 of them teach it in a group setting of men, and that nothing they said was online. Nothing. None one of the group was talking righteous. None of them had spirit and truth. And I'm like, how could they study this like this with this whole idea? Guess what? They were teaching Deuteronomy 28 out of the blame game. They wanted to take it and say they did this and they did this, and that's why we over here and they did this. I was like, Father, no, they did. They've been existing 25 years. Father, no, they did. Yes, they did. And that's what they do. They embrace it in a way that makes them accept that they don't have to teach it the truth of the whole matter. Because while they're trying to tell you, oh, we got them over in Japan, we got them over in Mexico, we got them over in Russia. Deuteronomy 28 said all over the what? From one end of the world to what? To the other. So what are you telling somebody that's new? You see, that's to me, that's the ignorance. It's all about how, and I understand it because it's all about how I can get people to follow me, to go my way, to understand it the way I want to put it out to them. And that's why people can't get past anything outside of what these people are teaching them. You see, that's why they can't get past it. And you know what? And it's on them. It's on them. But I'm going to say something to y'all, which y'all might not understand. But it's too late if you don't. So what you don't? It ain't going to freeze it. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 27. If you don't see danger in that's here and it's going to be worse, something wrong with you. So who's going to come out of captivity in line at the ships coming, waiting for the ships to pick us up? Who's going to come out of it with victorious? Let me explain something. Like Sister Deborah, if I had land, I would get land. I would make sure all the study and the history is done ASAP to where I find out about how and if and how can things be built on it? Can things be water? It's not a water. Yes, a well water. I would do all my search right then and there. I would put a timeline on it. I would get land and I would put tiny houses on it. You see what I'm saying? I would just land just to get there, to be there. But guess what, y'all? It ain't gonna change Deuteronomy 28. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because I saluted already. I'm not saying going. I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I would want to get land to go to hide or get away from this and to get away. No, he ain't saying if you hide, you gonna get away. Deuteronomy 28, verse 27. And in the morning thou shalt say, in the morning, how I'm going to escape the morning? Okay? Well, y'all, it was evening. How I'm going to escape the evening? How I'm going to escape those feelings, which I've been going through this same thing since I was a young girl. I used to feel this, y'all. Now listen to this. And in the evening thou shalt say, what, y'all, it was in the morning. Oh, yes. When it's nighttime and it's time to go to bed, I be saying, oh, I wish it was morning. That's what he's saying. Desiring to have a quicker next day and going when that next day get here, be wanting the next day to come. That's me. That's me. Now listen to this. For the fear of thy heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. So if I'm telling y'all, I'm already seeing this and I'm already fearing, I'm feeling this thing. So no matter where I go, I can go out in the woods. I can go out and live. I can go out there and be okay. Others can't because they haven't owned this thing. So I'm saying that I'm not going to escape none of this. I'm not looking to escape because too much of it has already been seen by this sister. I'm more so just wanting to be in the midst of what you call peace of mind, not peace out of what he says is coming to happen. Because this stuff is real. This stuff is happening right now. And especially the part where it said to me, and it said it in Deuteronomy 28 4 times, but this is the end verse. It says, and for the sight of what your eyes shall see, you will fear at the sight of what you shall see. Do you think he's talking about just today? No, he's talking about tomorrow for this sister too. But what I do, I salute that bad boy. That means I accept the will of what he said the end game is. But it does not say that, okay, now for people who out here building and out here getting land and trying to draw people out and trying to get, they ain't looking for nothing that sister have embraced. See, I embrace this. They're not looking to embrace that. They ain't looking to see none of this. They're the one that's going to be cutting up from the floor up because of this coming up on them. See? But Sister Deborah, I have already accepted what Deuteronomy 28 has said. I have accepted even going to the promised land, whether I live or whether I die. I'm already in there. If I don't know nothing, I know that. Okay? So I will say this here. As far as going to the promised land, this is how I see it. Going to the promised land, he's going to fix it up. He's going to get it ready. But guess what? Me, I'm going to see him do that. I'm going to know when he's doing it. I'm going to feel that thing. I'm going to see it because it's in the spirit realm where I already trust in his will and his way. You see? So if I was to say, well, okay, I go out here and get land and I put 15 small houses on it. Or when I'm out here and no. I'm ready for what he said. I'm ready for what he said, not what I'm living on this earth. That's the difference for me and many of you all. I'm not building up my treasures here on the earth. I'm not building up houses and getting places to stay here on the earth. I'm just getting a peace of mind, a peace. Do you understand? A peace of mind, not peace itself, just a peace of mind. A peace of mind is to say, okay, if I'm out here, no matter what I'm already going through, I can't escape his prophecy. And what he said shall be, and how my eyes going to see, my heart is going to tremble. I'm doing that now. So I'm not going to get caught up in if I get the land, because that's my desire. I don't know if y'all would fulfill that desire for me, but that's my desire. Is I get about 15 tiny houses, one house built, but 15 different tiny houses built to where everybody would have a certain length of land to build and to have built their vegetables, their trees, and then put another one where you have all your space and maybe even put a fence. But the fence has to be the same kind of fence. It can't be when you got white and this one here is silver. No, we ain't gonna have that. We're gonna have everybody fence their yard up if they want to, all the way down. All the way around all the tiny houses, you see? And with me going there, I can sit here and desire that. I don't know the day nor the hour in which he's going to collect his, but I know if I be living, I'll be out of here. You think I'm going to be sitting here talking about this tiny house? Y'all going to keep it. Whoever's in it, whoever's there, keep it. I'm going to be gone. Out. You see? I'm not looking to build and get out in the woods and live out there for to escape what I know that I'm already living. See, I told y'all years and all last year, I feel that thing. That's what feeling that thing is. I see what he talking about. Y'all can't see this? That's what I used to say to y'all all the time. To the father, say, you don't have to see it, but that baby, they can't see it if I don't let them see it. They can't hear it if I don't let them hear it, Deborah. You know, because I'm like feeling this thing when I'm seeing it, I'm getting it, I'm in it. But my desire is that if the Most High Yah would open that space up for me to be able to do that, I would do it at a blink of an eye. But I won't do it. When I said I would do it like this and this, I won't do it at a distance or a plan I would go bam, 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 bam. You see what I'm saying? I would make sure I wouldn't go just get any contractor or just anybody. I would, but the way that it would be done, I know that he would be for me, and I would have that thing done, and that's it. You know, and like I told my kids, I said I'll go out on it and I sleep on the ground. You know, and I keep looking up to heavens. They said, "Yeah, them snakes will get you." I said, "That's okay. They're gonna have to get me, but they're gonna have to get me with y'all." You see, because the whole idea of, if that's my desire. That's my desire. I don't want nothing of my desire if it's not the desire of the Most High God. I ain't gonna get it no way if it ain't His desire, because it has to be according to what He wants for me. And I believe just getting the peace. How about that? A peace of mind. That's about all you gonna get. Because how you gonna get a full peace out of all this? You can't. So it ain't nothing wrong with claiming a peace of mind. Get a peace of mind. And I feel that won't bring you the peace in the fullness of peace, but it give you a peace of mind. You know, to know that you're out and you're not having to depend on the cares and the things of the world, because I already know that the things that they are doing, I mean, for me, from the different, I look at myself different than many of you all, because I can see where everything is being we're intaking into our body, from the what we're intaking from, how would I say it, towers, uh, 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 that's bringing radiation. I think the air, I think chemicals are also being dispersed in the above the sky through planes that's also shooting biochemicals. I believe all the food has bioengineered, and by them not having to tell you what it is, it would have to be something to take your life. To just put bioengineer, baby, come on, huh? What is that? See, they don't even have to tell you what it is. So I do know that this is my thing. The reason why I would want y'all to bless me to be able to get this space and go on and make that way is because I have accepted His will. I'm not trying to escape what's coming. You see, I'm not doing, I didn't salute that bad boy. I didn't salute it. I'm more so just trying to get that peace of mind until He comes. How about that? And that's just a peace of mind. A peace until He comes. Because ain't nothing gonna change, y'all. And being there, you got less of everything in the chaos I keep seeing as I drive around and everything. I see the houses are nice and beautiful, but and I also see behind the houses. When I say behind, I see the house, and then in a spiritual sight, I see it windows knocked out, burnt up, uh, 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 bikes in the yard, just a house tore up. I couldn't, in my mind, I keep trying to say, well, why is it I'm seeing these beautiful houses, but then on this end, I see them all destroyed. And just, this is what it's going to be. That's why He giving me both sides. See it now, see it later. That's what He said. You see it now, see it later. You know? So I think just being out, I just think it's not a way of escaping, because spirits don't have a place to escape to outside of coming toward you, and they come in shapes, forms, and different I think that they gave people, I think that has the DNA of what I would consider foreign objects, form, not objects, but things that they have had in time past, and they have enhanced it and got it to where they feel. And they see, y'all don't know, they've been working on us way back. I mean, not us as a people. And that's another thing Israel don't understand. Baby, you need to stop all this, Israel. Because to tell you the truth, baby, all this that He just said He gonna do to Israel. So how you escaping anything? See, we so gone, we don't understand how could a civil war outride this? Somebody in the live chat, can y'all answer that? How can a civil war outride this? It can't. A civil war can't outride Deuteronomy 28. Israel. So why are you caught up in, oh, it's going to be a war. It's going to have an economic or fall. It's going to be this. It's going to be none of that. It's going to outweigh Deuteronomy 28 end game. None of it. He's sitting here telling you your heart is going to be trembling. Your eyes is going to fear for what you're going to see. He ain't telling you what it is. He's just telling you what is going to happen. So if Sister Deborah is seeing that thing now, is she gonna see it later? Yeah, it ain't gonna affect me. If I'm living, it's not gonna affect me like it's gonna affect many. Because I didn't salute that bad boy. He didn't even allow me to see it for what it is. So I don't come on here to give you all make you a good meal of lies and deception. I just shoot it on to you the way he giving it to me and keep it going. You know, so that's why me going out in the woods or going out to build and have places where people can go, it's not something where I'm going to go to escape. 99.9 gets it for that reason. I don't know if y'all know that, but see, I'm not. See, those people are escaping truth. See, they're not just escaping Deuteronomy 28. They're escaping spirit and truth. They're escaping the light because they feel if we can get and build and have out here, then everybody in there, y'all in trouble. Y'all, no. I don't see it like that. I don't see it like that because I see myself even in trouble. Why? Why would Deborah think that she's in trouble like everybody else in the inner city is in trouble? Why? Anybody? Why would I be just much trouble as anybody if I was out in the woods? Because this here ain't about where you at. Deuteronomy 28 ain't telling you all these plagues is coming to where you at as if it's a location. He's saying it's going to happen. So it ain't coming. All these plagues and these things that's going to cause you to have a trembling heart. You think that's going to be because of you in the city? You in the inner city? You in a poor community? No. He's speaking as if it's no matter where you at, this is going to come to play. And that's why I go back to tell you again, I'm a living witness, not a dead one. I have embraced this. I see exactly what he's saying. So that's why I feel that I could actually be successful in just being out, growing away from any and everybody, because I know that I'm not going to be able to escape this. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to escape what's going to happen. I salute that it's going to go full force. It's going to be there. So how is it we're going to, that's why it said in in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 16. Watch this here. It says, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the fields. So you see, do y'all see the point I was saying to you all? Cause I'm out in the wood don't mean I'm not cursed. Come on, y'all. Make sense. Make it make sense. See, you see what I'm saying? So when people go out and think they out in the woods or we out far out and we so better than y'all because anything happen, y'all gonna be this and we growing this. No. The curse ain't got no individual excluded in the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. See, that's why I said they messed up, especially Judah. Listen to what it says. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall thou be thy basket, and cursed shall thou be thy store. Cursed shall thou be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and increase of thy kin, and of thy flock, of thy sheep. Watch this here. Cursed shall thou be when thou cometh in, and cursed shall thou be when thou go out. Tell me who's going to escape them curses. You ain't going to escape them. I just wants to go as a peace of mind. not to escape what y'all said it's going to come upon me. It's nowhere in the world. It's nowhere in the world it's going to escape me. It ain't going to escape you either. But see what it has done, it has kept many in darkness and blind. And they still today trying to figure out what's going on because they weren't told the truth of the whole matter. They only was given a few words to make them think they're in a newfound religion called the Hebrew Israelite movement, the Hebrew Israelite cult, a Hebrew Israelite religion. But how y'all going to escape Deuteronomy 28? And that's why that brother was on that podcast, and he's been on YouTube for a long time, and he didn't used to talk like that though. He's like that now, but he didn't used to think like that nor talk like that. But he off the chain now as far as his thought pattern. Oh yes he is. But because they didn't used to say that. Y'all, these men didn't used to talk. They always talk foolish. I'm gonna be honest with you. But the way they talking now is they talking backwards. It's like they turned their whole self away from anything that might even have a pin needle or light or show you any way to a light. They went to a total different end. And that's what they're resting on, and that's what they're living in and in the midst. So Sister Deborah, anybody have any questions? For his name's sake, exactly. Oh, that's another one. Ain't that's a good one? That is a good one. Owning Deuteronomy goes hand in hand with Yah's name sake. Now, don't that go right? It's his name's sake. It's why that you are so right. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, you sure right about that. But you say lay down and call it a day. And if they lay down long enough, they can get up and say, wait a minute, y'all, we got to do this right. So what? We in captivity, and we are cursing. We got things that's gonna come upon us. Let's get something right. They ain't gonna do it. The Father said, what makes you think they gonna do it? Because you said when they ain't done it since I said it from the beginning. I didn't tell Abraham that because I didn't know these people. I told him that because I did know them, what type of people they were. So if I told Abraham in Genesis and here it is 2024, who lied? Huh? Huh? Nobody? Who's lying? See? They don't think like that. So Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you are tuning in. And I hope you got something out of it. And again, anytime you're going through or you're wondering why this is, go into Deuteronomy as a place of safety. Because to know this is the will of the one that has the right hand and the power, oh, well, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Because that's the only thing that's going to, and that's what he calls his endurance spirit. Allow you to endure the things that can't change in him, that he already got orchestrated from the beginning to the end. And he can just give you that spirit of endurance to long suffer this thing out, but in a way that it's all well. Because I feel good about it. Yeah, I really do. Y'all might not say it, think it, but hey, I really feel good about it. Deuteronomy 28. I feel good that I have accepted. And that wasn't today. I've been years. I have accepted Deuteronomy 28. Even when I didn't fully understand all of it, but I understand all of it now. But even when I didn't understand all of it, I still accepted it because it all made sense. Because me myself, I sit back and I sit and watch people and behold the action of nations and people. And even me myself said, when are you going to end it? When it's going to end? They keep doing this. They keep doing that. Father, just end it all, you see? So just being human here on the earth, beholding this stuff, I would be telling you I'm a bad person if I would tell you that I don't ask the Father, well, why did you just don't end it all? Just end it all. That's just me in the flesh and in the spirit, seeing it in the flesh, because it's nothing good coming out of it. outside of that Mount Zion and us going there. That ends it right there. So I, Sister Deborah, say unto you all, I hope you got something out of it. I appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live chat. And I will be back. And thank you.